This is Cosmic News. Timeline is Sunday, the 7th of December 2014. Welcome along, my friends, to another edition of Cosmic News. Coming up in this week's broadcast, another list of scientists who have been murdered or died under suspicious circumstances has been released. Are the controllers behind these killings and why? Plus, Planet X and the December 21st, 2012 CIA cover your ass timeline to distract from the real coming events. Also, supercell storm hits South Queensland, Australia. This is another sign Nibiru is really affecting the Earth's weather systems. And Noah's Ark, the biblical ancients' warning. Nibiru has flown by Earth before and is about to fly by Earth again, causing a global destruction event. Okay, into this week's news. This following report originates from somethingblue.hubpages.com, titled Nibiru Planet X Update, titled Transition from Awakening to Preparation. Marshall Masters, a self-proclaimed Nibiru Planet X expert, describes to the public how the end of the world Mayan calendar hoopla was actually a CIA cover-your-ass event. We will explore the evidence for events that are leading up to the polar shift. It meant awareness about the right to choose, an international day for people to stop, look and contemplate the world and what that portends for our future. Consequently, none can weep about not being given the opportunity to choose and say what you may about the cable channels, because we believe they're entitled to their advertising dollars, because they did a bang-up job of awareness, and prior to December the 21st, 2012, awareness was the mission. So now mission accomplished, where does this leave us? Given that folks have had their awareness opportunity of choice and plenty of time to make it, it's mission accomplished for awareness. And now we have a new mission. The mission is transition. What do I mean by that? Well, for those of you that are seekers of truth, we're looking at the slow motion train wreck over the next few years, and our goal is to help you transition through that, to get through the difficult times of moving into a post-historic world following a global cataclysm. By promoting this event as well as debunking it at the same time, they have now not only revealed that a global cataclysm is possible, but have also kept the public firmly entrenched as skeptics due to the fact that no destruction actually occurred. This has kept mankind from taking the Nibiru Planet X topic seriously while revealing it at the same time. So to emphasize the point, keep in mind that the powers that be are playing both sides of the same coin. Information is coming to the surface to allow the public to choose what to believe. This tactic allows them to reveal the potential threat while keeping the world infrastructure in place and prevent global panic. This type of CIA cover-your-ass misdirection has been used constantly throughout history to reveal to the public the potential for disasters without actually admitting to knowing that they're imminent. This is designed to keep the public firmly entrenched in the idea that they are safe, going to their jobs, paying their taxes and keeping the enslaved infrastructure in place. A perfect example of this would be allowing Zecharia Sitchin to publish numerous books about Nibiru, Planet X and the Anunnaki for over 30 years, only to promote a smear campaign and supposed deathbed confession that the subject is total nonsense. What I find particularly amusing about the so-called deathbed confession by Zecharia Sitchin is that the powers that be expect us to believe Sitchin's confession, and yet we are told that all other deathbed confessions by others, such as astronaut Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, inside whistleblowers, and researcher Dr. Ben R. Rich, Skunkworks director, not to mention US Navy Chief Astronomer Robert Harrington, US Navy pilot Admiral Byrd and General James Forrestal, is total nonsense and the delusional ramblings by those seeking attention on their way out. Get real, guys, you can't have it both ways. When Marshall Masters talks about preparation, he is really talking about mental preparation. You can store all the food and supplies you want, but being ready means being able to mentally handle the coming cataclysm, keeping an open mind and learning as much as you can about your changing environment. To view the full transcript, go to my website endtimes23.com, where I've posted the link. There's a live link to my website near the end of this video. This next report gives outstanding evidence that top scientists are still dying in unusually high numbers and under suspicious circumstances, and the question is why. This next report that originates from StephenQuayle.com. Steve posted an incredible list of dead scientists 2004 to 2014. Here's just a few of them. Glenn Thomas, AIDS and Ebola expert and spokesperson for the World Health Organization. Ebola expert Glenn Thomas was among the 298 people who were killed when Malaysia Airlines flight MH17 disappeared. Professor Carol Ambruster, 69, university professor and astronomy and astrophysics. Officers had found nothing in Ambruster's life or history that appeared suspicious. Philly.com reported Carol W. Ambruster, 69, was found by her roommate in the kitchen of her apartment in the 5500 block of Wayne Avenue, Germantown, with a knife in her neck. About 9 p.m, police said she also had been stabbed in the chest. Professor Dr. Richard Crowe, 60, died May 27th in an off-road accident in Arizona. Dr. Crowe came to Hilo 25 years ago and helped launch the university's undergraduate astronomy program. In numerous publications and co-authored works, added significantly to the body of astronomical literature, its 24-inch telescope on Moa Key, and conducted many research programs on that telescope. In 2005, he won the Astro Day Excellence in Teaching Award for his efforts. In 1991, Dr. Crowe was selected as a Fujio Matsudo Research Fellow for his scholarly work on pulsating variable stars. Gregory Stone, 54, from an unknown illness, February the 17th. Stone, who was quoted extensively in many publications internationally after BP oil leak, was the director of the renowned Wave Current Information System. Stone quickly established himself as an internationally respected coastal scientist who produced cutting-edge research and attracted millions of dollars of research support to LSU. As part of his research, he and the CSI Field Support Group developed a series of offshore instrumental stations to monitor wind, waves and currents that impact the Louisiana coast. And finally, Dr. Paul Norman, age 52, died June 27, 2004, from Salisbury, Wiltshire, killed when the single-engine Cessna 206 he was piloting crashed in Devon. Expert in chemical and biological weapons, he travelled the world lecturing on defending against the scourge of weapons of mass destruction. This is just a few of many reported deaths of high-profile scientists who are the leaders in their field of research. Is there an assassination squad at work here, eliminating scientists who step out of line from the controller's agenda of complete control of science, astronomy and medicine? No wonder top scientists and astronomers don't speak out about the coming Nibiru event. They know it could cost them and their families lives. The Brisbane Times reported on supercell storm that hit South Queensland, Australia. The storm, which authorities believe may have been a tornado, ripped the roofs off another 6 homes and destroyed a commercial business and silo. Power lines, fallen trees and debris have been left scattered throughout the streets. State Emergency Services Warwick District Controller John Yulee said the storm carved a path of destruction about 60 metres wide. So, is this superstorm that hits Australia another indicator that the Earth's weather systems were getting out of control, caused by what I believe is the interaction between Nibiru and the Earth? With volcanic eruptions and earthquakes on the rise also, these are all signs that we are heading for the apocalyptic return of Nibiru. Here's a list of powerful earthquakes reported over the last few months. 24th of August 2014, a 7 magnitude downsized to a 6.9 earthquake strikes 43 kilometers east-northeast of Tambo, Peru. The 10th of September 2014, a 6.5 downsized to a 6.2 earthquake strikes 132 kilometers southeast of Mondegag, Indonesia. 17th of September 2014, a 7.1 downsized to a 6.7 magnitude earthquake strikes 45 kilometers northwest of Pit Ai village, Guam. 24th of September 2014, a 6.2 earthquake strikes 46 kilometers northwest of San Antonio de los Cumbres, Argentina. 25th of September 2014, a 6.2 magnitude earthquake strikes southern Alaska, 95 kilometers west-northwest of Willow, Alaska. 9th of October 2014, a 7.1 magnitude earthquake strikes South Rise. And the 14th of October 2014, a 7.4 downsized to a 7.3 magnitude earthquake strikes 67 kilometers west-southwest of Jiquilio, Nicaragua. 1st of November 2014, a 6 magnitude earthquake strikes Easter Island region. 1st of November 2014, a 7.1 downsized to a 6.9 magnitude earthquake strikes 141 kilometers northeast of Nodoi Island, Fiji. 11th of November 2014, a 6.1 magnitude earthquake strikes 74 kilometers southwest of LLE Hunter, New Caledonia. And the 15th of November 2014, a 7.3 downsized to a 7.1 magnitude strikes 156 kilometers northwest of Kota Ternate, Indonesia. 16th of November 2014, a 6.7 magnitude earthquake strikes 182 kilometers northeast of Gisborne, New Zealand. 17th of November, a 6.2 magnitude earthquake strikes Prince Edward Island region. And the 21st of November 2014, a 6.9 downsized to a 6.5 earthquake strikes 122 kilometers west-northwest of Tobelio, Indonesia. 22nd of November 2014, a 6.2 earthquake strikes 16 kilometers north-northeast of Omachi, Japan. And the 26th of November 2014, a 6.8 magnitude earthquake strikes 160 kilometers northwest of Kota Ternate, Indonesia. And finally, just a reminder for all those Nibiru skeptics out there, the evidence that Nibiru has caused destruction on a massive scale many times before is overwhelming. From the biblical Noah's Ark, when the earth was flooded, when a geological pole shift occurred when Nibiru came close to the earth on a previous flyby, causing total destruction and global flooding. Here's a ZetaTalk.com report that appeared in their newsletter issue 418, posted on Sunday, October the 5th, 2014, titled Noah's Ark. The story of Noah's Ark has appeared in many ancient texts, and no one doubts its veracity. Though the accounts differ, the book of Genesis in the Bible describes the boat as longer than it is wide and declares that it contained pairs of all the surviving animals on earth. As the Zetas say, this is unlikely. Noah's Ark is the vessel in the Genesis flood narrative by which God saves Noah, his family, and a remnant of all the world's animals from the flood. God gives Noah detailed instructions for building the ark. It is to be of Goa wood, smeared inside and out with pitch, with 3 decks and internal compartments. It will be 450 feet long, 75 feet wide and 45 feet high. It will have a roof finished to a cubit upward and an entrance on the side. Zeta Talk explanation, the 19th of the 8th, 1995. The flood occurred 3 pole shifts back, approximately 11 millennia ago. Uneasy and being a highly service to others man, Noah gave the call and received visits from his spirit guide, who responded. He did indeed construct a boat to save himself, his family and household animals. The story of Noah has been romanticized to include all the animals of the earth, which doesn't take much logic to dispel. How big a boat was this? Where the wave was large, it did not cover the entire earth. How could it? Thus, there was much drowning during this particular visit of Planet X, but other than that, not much difference. The Egyptians kept precise records which have survived in the Kolbrin Bible. Per the Kolbrin, Noah was a nobleman, wealthy, and thus had the funds for his endeavour. He took his entire household and many skilled craftsmen. The Kolbrin likewise reports that the ship was to be bolstered against rough seas and did not need to be concerned about navigation. It has been told to me in a dream that the ship should be built against the mountains, and the sea will come up to me. The lowermost was for the beasts and cattle and their provenders, and it was laid over with sand from the river. The middle one was for the birds and fowls, for plants of every kind that are good for man and beast, and the uppermost one was for the people, cisterns for water and storehouses for food. The ship was without mast or oars. The 2014 release of yet another version of the story of Noah, however, shows a square ship and no others but the immediate family of Noah on board. As issue 391 of this newsletter details, the fact that both the stories of Noah and the Exodus are newly in theatres together should not be of a surprise, as both occurred during a prior passage of Nibiru, aka Planet X, and this is an attempt to educate the public of what to expect. Zeta Talk comment, the 22nd of the 3rd, 2014. The Bible is expected to become a virtual reference manual by many following the announcements, and the stories of Noah and the Exodus are clear examples of prior passages. The book of Revelations also has a parallel in the Kolbrin in describing the forthcoming passage. Beyond wanting to make a profit in the movie-making business, the promoters of these two 2014 films hope to educate the public. Noah planned for flooding in a practical manner, building a watertight boat for his family and livestock. The message of the Exodus is that the good-hearted will be assisted, while those intent on enslaving others will not. To view the full transcript, go to my website endtimes23.com, where I've posted the link. There's a live link to my website near the end of this video. Okay, my friends, you're all invited to join this channel by subscribing to EndTimes23, which is a totally free subscription service. You're also invited to add me as a friend on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. If you'd like to drop me a line on my blog, by all means do so, or if you'd like to join one of my circles in Google+, the links are under this video. All this week's news links can be found on my website, endtimes23.com. There's a live link near the end of this video. Well, that's your lot for this week, my friends. I do hope you've enjoyed the show. I'll be back with you in a week's time with another edition of Informer News. So until then, this is your Informer signing off, friends. I'll see you on the flip side. into preparation. Marshall Masters, a self-proclaimed Nibiru Planet X expert, describes to the public how the end of the world Mayan calendar hoopla was actually a CIA cover-your-ass event. We will explore the evidence for events that are leading up to the polar shift. It meant awareness about the right to choose, an international day for people to stop, look and contemplate the world and what that portends for our future. Consequently, none can weep about not being given the opportunity to choose and say what you may about the cable channels, because we believe they're entitled to their advertising dollars, because they did a bang-up job of awareness, and prior to December the 21st, 2012, awareness was the mission. So now mission accomplished, where does this leave us? Given that folks have had their awareness opportunity of choice and plenty of time to make it, it's mission accomplished for awareness. And now we have a new mission. The mission is transition. What do I mean by that? Well, for those of you that are seekers of truth, we're looking at the slow motion train wreck over the next few years, and our goal is to help you transition through that to get through the difficult times of moving into a post-historic world following a global cataclysm by promoting this event as well as debunking it at the same time. This is Cosmic News. Timeline is Sunday, the 7th of December, 2014. Welcome along, my friends, to another edition of Cosmic News. Coming up in this week's broadcast, another list of scientists who have been murdered or died under suspicious circumstances has been released. Are the controllers behind these killings and why? Plus, Planet X and the December 21st, 2012 CIA cover your ass timeline to distract from the real coming events. Also, supercell storm hits South Queensland, Australia. This is another sign Nibiru is really affecting the Earth's weather systems. And Noah's Ark, the biblical ancients' warning. Nibiru has flown by Earth before and is about to fly by Earth again, causing a global destruction event. Okay, into this week's news. This following report originates from somethingblue.hubpages.com, titled Nibiru Planet X Update, titled Transition from Awake Time. They have now not only revealed that a global cataclysm is possible, but have also kept the public firmly entrenched as skeptics due to the fact that no destruction actually occurred. This has kept mankind from taking the Nibiru Planet X topic seriously while revealing it at the same time. So to emphasize the point, keep in mind that the powers that be are playing both sides of the same coin. Information is coming to the surface to allow the public to choose what to believe. This tactic allows them to reveal the potential threat while keeping the world informed